Hey, ssjpacman here, bringing you another tech review. Today we're going to be talking about the Razer Naga Hex V2. I just found out that this came out. I was at Best Buy the other day, and lo and behold, there it was. So I've got the old Razer Naga Hex V1, which had the replaceable little thumb insert there and the 6 buttons and the glossy finish on the top here. And this is the Razer Naga V2. Now, I don't know why they call this the Hex V2 when it's got 7 buttons on it. It shouldn't really be a Hex anymore. Now they've got the RGB, you know, everybody's RGB these days. Obviously, aesthetically, you can see there's a distinctive difference between the glossy and the matte. I do think the glossy looks a little bit sexier than the matte does, but I gotta say, the Hex V2 is nicer when moving around. It brings the palm all the way off of the matte, whereas on the V1, your palm, I don't know if you guys can see this. Your palm rests on the mat as you move your mouse around, whereas on the V2 you can see that just the tiniest little bit my palm touches just at the very edge here and here, whereas on this one it's a full rest. I find this is much cleaner on my movements. I just don't feel as encumbered. I do like it quite a bit. The 7 buttons is taking a little bit to get used to, but it's not too bad. I mean, coming off of the 6 button version, you can see that they're awfully similar. One of the things I would also note here is that they've really put a lot of the emphasis on where the palm rests on the very top of it, whereas on the V1 it was also on the top, but it was mostly where your fingers lie is the middle of it, whereas the middle of this is more at the knuckle here. I really feel it around the middle of my hand versus I feel the weight of the mouse more in my first knuckle towards the middle of my first digit here. But overall, so far, I gotta say I like it quite a bit. When you're clammy or your adrenaline's really going, this mouse is much easier to grip because of the matte finish. I think that the manufacturers are starting to take our advice and not put glossy finishes on things. But as far as it goes, I mean, it looks pretty. I mean, it really does look nice in the glossy finish. I really love the way that this mouse looked. But as far as it goes, it's hard to grip when you're sweating or when it's hot. So that's one of the things that I didn't like about it. So as far as this goes, this is where I think one of my issues started to come into play on this mouse. I think that on the old version here, I got a kink in the mouse cord, and I felt like there was just some occasional weirdness. I don't know if it was caused by that or not, but you can see that other than that little kink, it really is in pretty good shape. I've had this mouse for about 2, maybe 3 years. I really liked it a lot, but it definitely doesn't seem as trustworthy anymore as the V2. I've been using the V2 for now about 2 weeks, and I gotta say, it really feels nice and crisp again. You can really see on the bottom here how much larger the V2 is. The V2 is definitely using the same body as the Lancehead, which is, I think, their new version of the Naga with the 14 keys on it or so, some odd. One of the things they did change about the V2 versus the V1 is now it does have a tilt. As you can see up here, when I tilt, let's see if you can see, when I tilt, it does stuff now, versus on the V1 it had no tilt. Tilt was not a thing. So as far as that goes, the V2 inside the box didn't come with very much as far as it goes. So if I get this open one-handed. So just inside of here, it is designed to be kind of like a carrying case for it. I don't think I have some stuff in here, right? There we go. So you can chuck the mouse back in here. It is hook and loop up there, so it will be able to be reused. But it just came with a little bit of paraphernalia, nothing too much, just a little bit of marketing wank, and so we've got breathing, reactive, spectrum cycling, and static. Obviously static is whatever color you want it set to. Breathing is in and out. So here's breathing. And I'm not going to go through all of these as far as it goes. They're nothing crazy. So and then reactive is just as you do stuff, it reacts. Anyhow, got a calibration function. You've got your DPI setting, and then you've got your button mapping. Then you click down here for side view, and that allows you to do the 7 side buttons. That's really about it. You've got macros, chroma apps, and status. And that shows you a little bit about the mice, but it doesn't, it's not accurate. Like, my Naga Hex has had way more time on it than that. It just doesn't record it properly. But, I think that about does it. Thanks for watching my review of the Razer Naga Hex V2. Like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.